Hello and welcome to Spinster's Library. I'm Claudia and this is the 11th episode in my Bookish Favourites Advent Calendar series, and you can find the rest of the playlist in the description box if you're interested. Today I want to talk about probably my favourite ever crime novel, The Hound of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. This book was released in 1901 and 1902 as a serialized novel, and it has all the aspects of what makes a fantastic countryside murder mysteries story. You're probably familiar with the character of Sherlock Holmes, the detective with an impeccable sense of observation, whose skills of reasoning and deductions are at the highest level, and he is followed around by his loyal friend and biographer Dr. Watson, who is not quite as perceptive but is very quick with a pistol. So these two make up this crime-fighting duo, one of the original crime-fighting duos really. And in The Hound of the Baskervilles, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson move out of London to investigate something that looks like it might be supernatural. A diabolic hellhound who is haunting and killing the inhabitants of the moors of Devonshire. Sherlock Holmes first gets called to this situation when one of these inhabitants, a Dr. Mortimer, is a bit worried about the new heir to the large family hall, the big estate in this moor. And the new heir is in fact a young American who moves to England to take place in the ancestral home. Now, the previous owner had been killed by what looked like a huge, scary dog, and a lot of the people are convinced that this dog is haunted, that this is a supernatural being. Now, Sherlock Holmes, who's very much the voice of reason and of rationality and doesn't believe in diabolic hellhounds, goes to investigate. Now, this main plot is interspersed with lots of little side plots, lots of red herrings, lots of other stories that come together to make this kind of spooky, really involved and detailed crime mystery. We have so many tropes of crime fiction that we all know and love, like the slightly creepy butler or the escaped convict who just escaped from a prison and is on the run. There's lots of different aspects to it, lots of different characters who might be behind these killings. And as a reader, you can guess along with Sherlock Holmes. I have to admit, I did not guess who did it, but that didn't really matter at all, because for me, what I loved about this story was the atmosphere, the darkness. You can basically see the foggy mists and the dangerous swamps. You really do get a sense of foreboding or walking through this kind of foggy, misty, abandoned place. And I think it's a fantastic setting for a crime novel. I think this is Arthur Conan Doyle's masterpiece. Now, usually Sherlock Holmes works much better in short stories than in novels, in my opinion. But The Hound of the Baskervilles truly compiles the best of what we love about Sherlock Holmes, which is the relationship between Sherlock and Watson, for example, the different suspects that we can all kind of have a go at. They all have their own dark secrets, of course. And the question of how something really impossible could have actually happened. So if you're a fan of murder mysteries and you haven't read The Hound of the Baskervilles yet, then what are you waiting for? It's a true classic of the genre and my favourite ever Sherlock Holmes story for sure, and possibly my favourite ever crime novel as well. Let me know what you think of The Hound of the Baskervilles, if you've read it, and if not, then go and get a copy of that. See you tomorrow and thank you for watching. Bye!